geek because I got two special people that's in the studio with me. One is going to actually join me the second hour, but she joined me right now as a guest co-host, my girl Fury, man. It's been, I can't say long overdue for her to join me on this show, and she knows how much I'm a big fan of what she brings to the table musically. And then I'm going to have him say what his name is, since he's joining me as a second or third time guest right here on Fusion Radio, man. So your name is what?
Varaydein,
man.
Yes, sir.
With me, man. So, man, like, what actually got you into doing music and everything?
What got me into doing music? One of my teachers back when I was in high school, she had a audio engineering course, and she had us learn Fruity Loops and Pro Tools. And so from there, I just continued on into college and into where I'm at now with it.
That's what's good, man. So Fury, feel free to jump in anytime you want to.
Oh, absolutely. I saw on the flyer that you were going to be on the show, and I'm like, hold on, you are from like the original Lyrics and Libations. For those who don't know, I host an open mic weekly with Bowie Blaze, and that started at a spot called Lily's. It was like a hole in the wall. So just to see a familiar face from way, way back, we're talking like 7 years ago. It's great to see you still doing it.
Yes, likewise, love.
Yeah.
That's what's up, man. So, like, man, musically, man, who did you grow up admiring musically?
Musically, I loved Usher growing up. I loved Sierra growing up. 30 Seconds to Mars, 9 Inch Nails, Kid Cudi.
That's
Big Crit. I cannot forget Big Crit.
Come on now. Such a broad spectrum, though. I like that.
That's what's good, man. Now, musically, man, you named all those names, man. Like, that's a diverse list and everything. So, describe your sound to someone that's hearing you for the first time, man. Like, what do you bring to the table musically?
Every time I feel I bring something different. You know, with my very first album, it was alternative. It was very abstract. And then my second album, it was punk, rock, and rave. And so each and every time it's something different. But definitely rock. Definitely rock.
No doubt, man. So, like, look, man, you've been no stranger to Fusion Radio, man.
Yeah.
You've been up to a lot of different things, but I feel like, man, like, we should go into musically before we jump into some music, your creative process, man, when you're actually putting together music.
Yeah. A lot of times it starts for me, it starts with a lot of hook writing, a lot of melodies, and a lot of times it comes to me either in a dream, just every day. Like maybe I'm walking down the street, you just get like an idea. You be like, wait a minute, and I start recording those notes, you know, and that's really where it comes from.
So you got this single, man, that's entitled Spirit Animal, man. Talk to me about Spirit Animal.
Spirit Animal is a song that I wrote and produced that I'm very, very proud of. It actually just made like a top 10 list in Spain about 2 weeks ago. So I'm just very proud of that song and what it's been doing.
Now, Spirit Animal is actually from what album?
It's from my album, Anything You Can Imagine.
All right. Talk to us about that, what you know about that, and where it's available for people to check
Anything You Can Imagine is available on all streaming platforms. Anything You Can Imagine is the album I was talking to you before. Like it infuses punk rock and rave and house, and it's a really, really cool body of work.
All right, so we're about to check it out right now. It's my homie. Say your name again.
Varaydein, y'all.
Yeah, man, it's in the building, man. And when we come back, man, we're going to find out, man, like, what made you choose that name? Because that name is unique, man. We don't know anybody with that name.
Yeah, oh yeah.
It's very, very unique, man. More with my homie, man, in a second, Spirit Animal, along with my girl, Fury, man, guest co-hosting, man, right here on Fusion Radio. Inside, now it's time to let them
with me. If you're rolling with me, let me feel your energy. I'm calling all the misses to the flow with me. If you're rolling with me, let me feel your energy.
Motivation right there for real, man. That's something you on the treadmill. You really on these treadmills. We'll put that on there. Start going straight crazy, man. This Fusion Radio with Brian Stinson, man. I got my girl Fury in here, man. I guess co-hosting with me, man. We'll chop it up with her at the top of the second hour. And got my homie Varaydein in here, man. And we talking all things you right now, man. So you're an artist, man. You're a creative, and you are a filmmaker, man. So I want to get into the creative and filmmaker side of you, man. Like, what inspired you to get into those two?
Oh man, for me, it really started with A Nightmare on Elm Street. It really started with the horror. It started with the sci-fi, and I took the inspiration, got into college, got into theater, performed in theater there, and from there, I even went on to act in a couple films. Now I'm doing some voice acting. Shout out to Arkir, shout out to Prince Onyx. We made Confusion. Confusion is a sci-fi horror series that I had the pleasure of working with him on. And now I'm also doing some voice acting. Shout out to Josh Abrams. I did a skit. I don't know if you know the show Southside. Yeah. Me and a couple of my friends, we did a skit. Rock Smooth, Arkir, Lakeisha, we did like a skit of it. And I was very grateful to have like Kareem and Quincy Young, the actors, Sultan, the actors, just to have them enjoy it, and just to have people just still sharing it and getting a good laugh out of it.
Man, you ran down a list of like dope accomplishments, and then you talked about some of them, man. I wanted you to go into like, man, everything and what the feeling was like, man, when you put that on your list of things that you've done, man. Because I mean, it's a lot down here, looking at, man. So you've done things that you've done that is major, seriously.
Yeah.
Seriously, is major. So man, if you can go through. You're here for a reason in addition to the music, and that's the shirt that you wear. Yes. If you could talk about that and talk about, where people can go and go support that.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm working on a new project called the Magical Adventures of Synesthesia. It's an animated-based project that I've been working on for a while, and finally I've been able to just unveil it to the world, and I'm just so excited to be able to share it. For the past month or so, I've been introducing the characters week to week. Each one has been dedicated to a different core cast character from the series, and I'm really excited to be able to share with people. And I'm gonna be doing a one-shot manga prior to the actual animation before that comes out. So I'm really excited to be able to share that with people. It's looking so good. I was just looking at it before I got here, so I'm really excited for it. And it's such a blessing because I was able to work with Vann Opa. Vann Opa has worked on, he's an upcoming talent, but he's worked on One Piece, he's worked on Boruto, he's worked on Yu-Gi-Oh! And just for him to just say, hey, man, just give me a little bit of time and just be patient with me, be patient with one another to be able to create that. And what we have now that's out there, the animated teaser, make sure you guys go check that out. It's a blessing.
All right, so if you could go into, man, like the storyline as to what this series is about, man.
Oh, yeah.
Give us a little bit.
I give you a little tease. So it's about Arpeggio and his group of friends. They have a band, and they have to deal with battling these sonic life forms that have appeared throughout their town.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Now, the series will be available where for people to check out?
So I'm still very much so in the pre-production stage. I do hope to have it on various streaming platforms once we have fully produced it. But next up, we got the one-shot manga, and then from there, it'll be a short. So I'm excited for it. It's a lot of opportunities to bring a lot of different people into it. So I'm really excited for it.
So I'm looking at this list, man, and it says, man, that you work with Jesse Parker, who's worked with artists like Twisted, Shauna.
Yes. So Jesse, circling back to the Magical Adventures of Synesthesia, we worked on the track that is called Magic that is in the teaser trailer. And yeah, man, it was a lot of fun working with him. It was very stripped back. It was very laid back, just working with him, knowing who he's worked with and shared the stage with time and time again. So it was a blessing to work with him as well.
That's what's up, man. Magic is about what?
Magic, man. It's about that magic in the air, man. It's about the magical adventures. It's about the brand new adventure, the Magical Adventures of Synesthesia. And I'm so happy. I really pushed myself. Shout out to Rock Smooth, who I recorded the song with, as well as Jesse Park, just for producing it. I'm just really happy that I was able to push myself more and more, and we got that magic.
That's what's good, man. Man, give us some information, man, on how we can stay in touch with you social media-wise, man.
Yeah. You guys can follow me at Varaydein, Varaydein, and then also the Adventures of Synesthesia for all of the Magical Adventures of Synesthesia handles.
That's what's up. Now, we want to go back to that name. I ain't forget about that name. Don't forget about that name, man. Like, what's the whole story with how you settled on your name?
So that name, the name Varaydein, came to me in a dream. It just came to me in a dream of like this ancient race, and there was like a great war, so like a divide. But really what it meant for me was just that it just meant original one to me. That's what it meant for me.
That's what's good, man. Well, man, it's always a joy and pleasure, man, when we get a little time to spend time together, man. Your single entitled Magic, man, is about to hit people in their ears again, man.
Yes, Magic. This is the first time that anyone has heard it. So if you guys are tuning in out there, this is the first time anybody has heard it in full. It will be available on streaming platforms next month. So make sure you guys keep it locked.
adventure, on new adventure. The madness melodies, I've got melodies. Taking the path of love, taking the path of passion, power and creation, power, magic everywhere. Oh, I've got magic in the air. Feel the magic everywhere. I've got magic in the air. Magic everywhere. Oh, I've got magic in the air. Feel the magic everywhere. I've got magic in the air. It's a magical adventure, a brand new adventure, our new adventure. The madness melodies, I've got melodies. Well, I'm taking the path of love, and I'm taking the path of passion, power and creation, power, magic everywhere. Oh, I've got magic in the air. Feel the magic everywhere. I've got magic in the air. Magic everywhere. Oh, I've got magic in the air. Feel the magic everywhere. I've got magic in the air. Magic everywhere, oh, I've got magic in the air. Feel the magic everywhere. I've got magic in the air. Magic everywhere, oh, I've got magic everywhere. Feel the magic everywhere. I've got magic in the air. Magic everywhere, oh, I've got magic in the air. Feel the magic everywhere. I've got magic in the air. Magic everywhere, oh, I've got magic in the air. The Fusion Radio.